Hi everyone! Today at U42 we are talking about the physical states of moisture. There are three physical states of moisture. One being solid, which is of course ice. The second being liquid, which is what we all know as water. And the third being gas or water vapor. You can't really see water vapor, but we'll use that image for the sake of gas. So these are the three states of moisture, and we're going to discuss how you move from one state of moisture to another. How we do that is through different temperature changes. So by either adding heat or decreasing heat, you move from either a solid, liquid, or to a gas, back and forth. So we'll start with increasing temperature. To get gas to go to a liquid, if you add heat, that's when you get condensation. That's essentially when, like on your Coke cup, you know, on your cold cup that you're drinking from, and you sit out on the table for a little while, and it starts getting moisture on the outside, that's condensation happening. The water vapor that's in the air is condensing onto your cold beverage, and that's condensation. And then to go from a liquid to a gas, from a liquid to a solid, that is when we have freezing. Not anything too outrageous, a concept we're all pretty familiar with. You put water in the freezer, you get ice. That's how that works. The one that people are probably less familiar with is if you go directly from a gas to a solid, that the temperature is cold enough, fast enough, that you skip this liquid stage. That is when you get what's called deposition. That's what happens when you wake up in the morning and there's frost on the windshield of your car that you have to scrape off. That's because water vapor has deposited frost directly onto your windshield, which is a solid. So deposition has occurred. Now if you go the other direction from a solid, from a solid to a liquid, then to a gas, that is requiring the addition of heat. So, if you leave an ice cube out on the table, that is when you get melting, of course. Just a puddle of water on the table. And then if it continues to warm, if you have more heat being added, that's when you get evaporation. So like the lakes, the ponds, any body of water, as the sun hits it, the liquid evaporates into water vapor. And just as there's one that goes directly from a gas to a solid, there's also one that goes directly from a solid to a gas that most people are less familiar with. This one is called sublimation. A prime example of sublimation is dry ice. If you've ever used dry ice to make like maybe a Halloween drink or something, is when most people play with dry ice. That's smoke or fog that you get from the dry ice is essentially the solid form of the dry ice becoming directly a gas through sublimation. And that, in a nutshell, is how we move through the physical states of moisture. Thanks for tuning in, guys.